Recently recovering from the flu, by the way. Reynolds, we'll get back to you in a second, but the flu season already the most widespread since public authorities began tracking it about a dozen years ago or so. The weather has something to do with that, and here to talk about it is our business weather expert, Paul Walsh. Paul, you're all better now?
Yes, good morning. I'm fine.
Well, we are so glad to hear that. A lot of people, unfortunately, are struggling with the flu this time of the year, and this year particularly bad. Talk about how the weather contributes to the spread of it.
Well, Jackie, it turns out the flu virus really likes cold weather. And, of course, what have we saw in the last few weeks? But very, very cold weather across the east. So when it's cold, the virus actually lives longer. And then on top of that, when it's cold, what do we tend to do? We stay inside next to each other and spread it. So you put those two together and it becomes sort of a toxic mix, and that basically helps to sort of spread the flu virus.
And you know this firsthand, right? How do you think you came down with it? I know you travel a lot. I mean, in enclosed spaces, that's where you really need to watch out for it, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Kelly, my day job is as Director of Weather Strategy for IBM, and last week I was at a huge retail trade show called the National Retail Federation Trade Show, where there's literally thousands of people. And I literally met with and shook hands with hundreds of people. And somewhere in that group, I met my personal patient zero. And myself and probably a third of my colleagues all came down with the flu. And I can tell you that it's not a pleasant experience.
Oh, man.
Sorry to hear that. Hand sanitizer in your pocket for in between, just a little tip. So, Paul, can you tell us, though, how hospitals and pharmaceutical companies prepare for events like these?
Well, you know, Jackie, as I noted, there is a weather component to this, and they use mathematical models to assess how the flu impact has been, and they also make predictions, and they predict when the season will likely start, when it will peak, and then when it will end. And they use that to make sure that they have enough inventory, they have enough staff to be able to meet the need. Of course, it's like any other kind of forecast. It's not exactly perfect, but it gets them close enough to be able to deal with these kind of events.
And really quick, Paul, those meds are got to be flying off the shelves. I guess it's good for business there if we can get to the store to buy them.
Yeah, so the pharmaceutical companies, these kind of medicines, this is actually good for them. For the rest of it, it's not so great. And it can be, this kind of events can be catastrophic at a worst case. In this case, I don't think we'll see a tremendous impact across all of the economy, but certainly for smaller businesses, there'll be an effect because a lot of people like me last week will be staying home.
Okay, thanks so much, business weather analyst Paul Walsh. Glad you're feeling better. Thanks for being with us this morning.
And we're glad you're joining us for AMA.